In the SHD 4-step row level 8 exercise, we're now going on to progress to doing the row with 4 steps using a suspension trainer. So now you're using a suspension trainer. This suspension trainer can be any type of strap that's securely fastened on an upright support or an upper level support bar. So something that's significantly taller than your head height. And then simply you just need to attach handles. There's also many variations of suspension trainers that can be used, many different types of brands. Basically, it's a strap with handles. Any of them can be used for this exercise. Let's come back to the starting position. Let's walk back a little bit further. So what you'll want to do is start this exercise from the standing position for safety. Some people who don't have as much upper body strength, just getting into that low position and then letting the arms go can be a little bit dangerous on the shoulders. So the safest way to get into this is start with the standing position, keep the pelvis in a neutral pelvic position, and start to walk the feet forward with the arms staying 100% straight. Once you're to the degree that you feel is adequate load on your body, okay, or fitness doctor practitioners on your client's body, then we'll pause there and make sure all the alignment is correct. In real time, without my explanation, all these things are going to happen much faster, but in slow, looking at each position, let's bring the pelvis back all the way there, go neutral pelvis. Good. So what you want to do is find the right load for yourself. So that's the further the feet go forward, the harder this is going to get. And so what you want to do is once you're at the position you're going to stop at, keep those toes elevated. The knees will be straight, but not necessarily forced into a lock position, but definitely straight. Then the pelvis, very important, it stays in a neutral pelvic position. You will not want to be anteriorly pelvic tilting and excessively arching the lower back. You also won't want to have an extreme posterior pelvic tilt either, but a neutral pelvic position. Right in the middle. Once you're there with that neutral pelvis, having the back aligned, so just a slight arch in the lower back, then a little bit of rounding in this upper back thoracic spine, keeping the head in line where the ear is directly in line with the midline of the shoulder. Once you're there, then you're going to perform 4 steps. Step 1 is going to be retracting and depressing the scapula. Step 2 is going to be pulling the arms all the way back. Step 3 is going to be keeping the scapula, returning the arms to fully extended position. That's step 3. And step 4, reaching. One more time. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. For this level 8 exercise, you're now really starting to build strength into that biomechanically optimized positions and motor function that you've learned in steps 1 through 7, where you're retracting, depressing the scapula, keeping everything aligned, bringing the arm back, keeping the scapula retracted, depressed as you return in step 3, and then reaching and keeping all that body line. But now I want you to get really strong. So not only are you going to go into that as far as you can position, as you just saw Caitlin do, but you're also going to be able to, if you have the upper body strength, go all the way down to this flat position. So the first level of flat position would be with the knees bent. That would be the first level of what we kind of call extreme difficulty. So here, retract the scapula and depress, pull up with the arms, bringing the arms into extension, or the shoulder into extension rather. On the step 2, step 3, fully extend the elbows, keeping the scapula retracted, depress, and then reach. So that's the first level of difficulty with the knees bent. Second level of difficulty would simply just be with the knees straight. So that'd be the next level of difficulty. And then the final level of difficulty would be with your feet elevated. That could be on a bench. It can be wherever makes sense for your setup. Oftentimes in a gym, this is going to have a lot of room in front of it. For example, if you're using a strap over the top of a bar that's on a squat rack, you can set a bench in front, put your feet on that. And if you're looking for even more difficulty, then what you can do is you can put your feet on a ball, which is an unstable object, while you're doing this row. But regardless of what you're doing, keep those mechanics that you learned. Make sure the pelvis is neutral, the body's aligned, all those things you're learning with the scapula are perfect before you add that load. If you can keep the perfection and keep adding those additional difficulties of load, then keep increasing. Keep going for greater load. But where you find you lose your form, stop. Focus on perfection of biomechanical optimization.